Welcome Spartans, I'm Tariffs Montgomery and this is the latest update coming to you hot from the Agorah. Well, Liberation Day came and went like a plane crash over the Potomac. That's right, Timu Hitler Jesus unshackled us all from the burdens of healthy financial accounts to make our wallets lighter and our stomachs less full, just like God intended. Everyone tried to do a sigh of relief when he said he was going to make a 90-day pause on all the big, beautiful tariffs that are supposed to bring back all the jobs and make us all rich. But we were going to stop them anyway. And that was only after this asshole finally had some straight talk about the fact that Orange Mussolini was careening us into another Great Depression. Then he just went back to licking Trump's balls some more, like a good Republican politician. So now we're still left with tariffs on steel, tariffs on Canada, Mexico, everyone else, 145% on China, these snobby penguins. But somehow we're supposed to feel better about it. Kind of like when the bully tells you, you should feel better because I'm not punching you right now. So we're good, right? Right? When asked what framework he was going to use to make these deals with all these supposed countries that are kissing his ass right now, he says he's going to use his instincts. The same instincts that dropped $6.4 trillion of wealth out of the market in just like 3 or 4 days. Excuse me while I keep stuffing money under my mattress. He could have, joined with our allies in creating a partnership in which the United States leads the world in pressuring China to correct some of its unfair trade practices while simultaneously investing more in local business and manufacturing opportunities at home and around the globe, while including other Pacific countries and incentivizing them to pull more away from China reliance and more towards America. Kind of like the Trans-Pacific Partnership that he nuked back in 2017, but that would have the word trans in it, so that's DEI, so fuck that. I keep watching these people, keep asking themselves if we're in a constitutional crisis yet. Have we finally crossed the finish line for that? Oh, I don't know. The Supreme Court finally weighed in and said that Abrego Garcia, an asylum-seeking immigrant that had been granted protected status and ordered not to be removed from the United States years ago, was picked up and sent to this hellhole because of an administrative error, and that he has to be returned to the government. And this bitch has the gall to stand up there quibbling about the word effectuate versus facilitate. Takes a special kind of ice cold to be able to stand up there and be so callous about another living, breathing human being ripped from his family, his life, and thrown into a hell on earth for the crime of trying to flee abuse, rape, torture, and gang violence. So, are we in a constitutional crisis? Oh, I don't know. You tell me. They're arresting people for free speech and deporting them. When the court said to turn the planes around for deporting these people to this hell on earth illegally, they gave the court the finger and kept on going. They fired 15 of the 16 inspector generals in the first week without due process demanded by Congress. They fired thousands of federal employees and gutted agencies despite the congressional protections. A lot of those people were veterans themselves. They have taken over or completely shut down government agencies created by Congress without going through Congress to do it. They have impounded money and stopped payments for all kinds of agencies and grants and research that Congress wrote into law because they just don't like it because it has a whiff of DEI. But Tangerine Stalin still gets to spend tens of millions of dollars every week for his security details so he can golf every weekend. So, maybe. The SAVE Act just got through the House this past week, which will make it so your current name will have to match the name of your birth certificate or your passport if you want to vote. How many women in this country still have the same last name as the one they were born with? Better be updating that shit real quick if this crap goes through Senate. But honestly, this guy at the helm, I'm not feeling that optimistic at our chances these days. But these guys don't think that women should vote anyway, so I guess it's okay. Women's suffrage, birth control pill, equal pay. They've all really been the downfall of society anyway, am I right? According to these guys, you need to be a Madonna in the kitchen, a Jezebel in the bed, and don't ask any questions or worry anything about politics or anything else. Especially when he starts coming home late 2 or 3 nights a week after the young secretary starts working at the office. Oh, and the muskrats. They closed practically all the mine safety offices in Kentucky because who needs anyone keeping up on the mine safety? Am I right? That's a waste of money. They also cut $1 billion from programs for farmers, for school, from farm to school fresh foods across the country, and free lunch programs, because why do kids need nutritious foods, or why do our farmers need to sell their crops to anybody? They cut about $400 million for humanities programs. You know, the humanities. Things that teach people how to appreciate art, music, literature, how to express yourself, and learn to understand another person's point of view. Empathy, the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes. That shit's woke. What a waste. And these guys all say that empathy is bad anyway. So who needs it? I'm sure Jesus would be cool with this. No, not that one. The other Jesus. Yeah, that's the one. Remember that owl that used to ask us how many licks it took to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? Well, it took 2 dead kids for RFK Nutbag Jr. to finally write that the measles vaccine is the best way to combat measles. Yeah, it was buried near the end of the statement, somewhere in the middle, definitely towards the end, but he finally wrote it down somewhere after spending his whole adult life spreading all kinds of misinformation and shit all over the place. But sure, here's your cookie. Maybe try to wash the blood off your hands before you eat it. And don't eat it until after you're done firing tens of thousands of people from our health institutions. Doctors, researchers, staff, people who are working on research to help cure cancer, bird flu, Alzheimer's. And this kid's doctor. Yeah, that's the kid. The one that everyone got so riled up about. You fired his doctor. Tell me again that I should stand up and clap the next time this asshole tells me to. And when it comes to classified information, I'm sure these guys got that handled. They kept it in their bathrooms, showed it off to Australian billionaires, Russian ambassadors in the White House, journalists writing books about them. And guys like this, they like to include journalists in their single chains to show how awesome they are at keeping their secrets. The same signal chains that Russia and China hacked years ago. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to be doing a great job protecting our national security. She knows what I'm talking about. I'm Travis Montgomery, and this has been an update from the Agorah. God damn it, I just can't believe people. I just don't understand how in the world people could be so deluded into thinking that these people know anything about what they're doing. I mean, give me a break.